In this final video of this three-part series on acquiring a property with just $1, we're going to assist you with finding your own possible purchase lease option. So first, you need to be able to spot a potential purchase lease option. And there are two aspects to the specific criteria you need to consider. First and foremost, the vendor doesn't require the proceeds from the sale of the property. The majority of people who sell a property do so because they need the money for a particular reason. If this is the case, a purchase lease option would probably not be suitable. This is due to the fact that a purchase lease option deal will prevent them from receiving the necessary cash immediately. A purchase lease option, however, might be an option if they were willing to sell the property and didn't necessarily need the money from the sale straight away. And there are lots of people who fall into this category once you start to look. What I refer to as favourable mortgage conditions is the second factor. To meet these conditions, the owner's mortgage should ideally have a low interest rate. You want to have as many of these as you can. A low interest rate, a buy-to-let mortgage, an interest-only mortgage, a long-term left on the mortgage, or even no mortgage at all. So what's the easiest way to find a purchase lease option? How do you find vendors who are willing to grant you a purchase lease option on their property? Well, it all starts by finding motivated sellers. Let's focus on two categories of motivated sellers in particular who purchase lease options could work particularly well for. First, someone who has a property listed with an estate agent and letting agent at the same time. In other words, someone who is open to selling and or renting their property. This would imply that the vendor is trying to sell but finding it difficult to do so. They are then prepared to rent until they can sell. Well, this is precisely what you're proposing with a purchase lease option. You will pay them a monthly rent until you can buy it at some point in the future. Second, the tired or retiring landlord who no longer wants the hassle of their buy-to-let property. This type of vendor may be more open to creative solutions than the average motivated seller. This is because they tend to be more commercially minded due to being in business or investing already. You can find these landlords by looking on rental portals online or by writing to the owner of a property that you know is a rental property. You may even meet them at property networking events. So what do you say to property owners? Never mention the terms purchase lease option or PLO when conversing with a vendor. The majority of people won't understand what you're talking about. You need to keep the language really simple. Make sure you understand their problem. After this, you can then demonstrate how you can solve their problem. You can find out if the owner will consider a purchase lease option on their property by asking them two straightforward questions. 1. Would you be interested in renting your property on a long-term let for between 5 to 7 years? 2. Would you be interested in selling the property to me at some point within that time? If they answer yes to both of these questions, then there is a good chance that a purchase lease option could work. Then it comes down to a matter of negotiation around the purchase price, the length of the option, and the monthly payment. Thank you for watching. We would love it if you could subscribe to our channel, the channel where we give to you an insight into investment strategy and ways to master your money.